So, okay, but the first question is, we put ourselves in the seat of the board members where they see a huge cost come down the line, right? And they go, what do we do? Because I don't want to make a choice, because if I tell the board, or tell the owners, excuse me, that we need to get a loan or whatever it is, like that's, my head's on the table potentially. It's gonna be on the chopping block. So what do I do? How can I, first of all, how can we think about that problem? Well, it's like eating an elephant, right? You've heard that term. Who wants to eat an elephant? I don't want to eat an elephant. But if you were to eat an elephant, you would eat it one bite at a time, right? Is what they say. So I would say it's kind of the same thing. The way that I would encourage boards who are feeling that indecision would be to, all right, the reserve study is generally the first line of defense. So we say your siding is and potentially needs to be looked at. Like it's older, potentially the waterproofing barrier is older based on its age. If I were a board member and if I was a manager, I would immediately go, well, the reserve study is a first line of defense. He's not forensically investigating your wood siding. Let's go talk to a vendor, a building envelope specialist. Let's have them review our siding. He'll go core sample a couple different spots around the property, and then you'll find out like, yes, it's older and needs to be replaced, or you know what? Yeah, it's 60 years old, but it was installed so well. It's a certain type of cedar from Norway that like doesn't get whatever. So we actually have a couple more years on it. That's great news. That's great news. You got the reserve study, you spent a little more money, you got the building envelope specialist to come in there, right? So that's one way of eating that elephant, is this getting other specialists involved after you get the reserve study done. So you don't have to then potentially make a bad choice because you reached out for help from the specialists, right? I'm a reserve specialist. I specialize in helping make budgets. I'm not specializing in forensically testing different materials at your property. That's where other specialists come in. And that's why a manager is so helpful, because your Rolodex is huge. You know who to call, right? So that's why I think managers are just such an amazing resource for all these boards, because they don't know who to call, but you do. And you know their reputations in the industry. So you'll be able to say, don't call this guy, call these guys. They're really good and they'll get you what you need really fast, right?